Hey Flosstube, welcome back. Today is Monday. It's a day late. It is the 9th of August 2021 today. And yesterday was just crazy. Somebody decided to have an idea. You know when you have an idea and you think, why the hell did I start this? That was me yesterday. I made a suggestion because the kids have got bunk beds. How about we take the bunk beds apart and it makes changing the beds easier, because I hate having to reach up for the top bunk, and then create more storage sort of under their beds. It takes floor space, but it's just way easier. And the kids decided to take that and run with it, so I ended up taking apart bunk beds yesterday. I'd never do it again. Put it that way. I'm glad they're down now. They're not going together again or apart. They're going to stay the way they are now until the kids leave home. That's it. I'm done. So yeah, yesterday was just manic, and boy did I hurt afterwards. It was crazy. I think I got stuck at one point under the bunk bed trying to lift the top bunk off the bottom bunk. I'd got the two kids down that end. I was at the other end and I couldn't get the corner leg off, and the bunk, I ended up having to shove myself under the bunk bed to try and lift it with me back, and I got stuck. So we had to shout Tyler. So it was fun. I won't be doing it again. And the kids have said, hey Mum, now you've moved our bedroom around and you took the bunk beds apart, you can move the front room round now, can't you? That's been on my mind for months, and no, I have no intentions on doing it anytime soon, so that can wait. So as you can tell from the title of this video, my get up and go last week got up and went. I've only got 3 projects I touched this week. One of them I've been having so much fun with, and then the others I kind of had to not force myself to stitch, but kind of, you know, I don't want to have to force myself to stitch. But so yeah, Ellie had her physio last week, Monday I believe it was, or Tuesday. No, it was Thursday actually. Wow, I'm way off. She had her first physio session on Thursday, and she kind of tested her limits with her flexibility and the Achilles. She tested that because that, having been in a cast for 8 weeks, including a boot for 3, it kind of tightens up, and it did. They've got these little makeshift stairs in the gym. She got to walk up those. She's not doing too bad, but the Achilles is quite tight, she said. So when she walks downstairs, she's got to make sure her foot faces forwards, because she's doing this thing at the moment where she turns her foot outwards because it saves the pull on the Achilles, apparently. I'd noticed she was doing it, but I wasn't aware why. And the physio said, yeah, that's because the Achilles is tight, and she's kind of, instead of pushing it, she's just cutting corners, shall we say. But other than that, she's doing okay. The physio did notice that she's hypermobile, very much like me. I said I had noticed, but I wasn't 100% sure she was. But she is. She's hypermobile, just like I am. So, but she's given her a bunch of exercises to do. We don't need to go and see her again. She will give us a phone call consultation instead in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. It's booked anyway. And she's just going to get on with her exercises. So all is good with Ellie. And it is what it is. She'll get on with her exercises, and the physio reckons that she'll be as good as new in no time, as long as she sticks to them. So anyway, these 3 projects, just the 3. I'll show you the first one. Let me just get my sleeves out of the way. I hate my sleeves. Okay. If I knock you, I don't mean to. It's because I've got everything right below you. The first thing and the most thing I've worked on this week is this. It's my gamer Sal from Pick Stitch. And we're still on this letter here, but I'm doing it 2 times. So I'll show you what I'm actually doing with it. The first one, I'll put in a picture of the first one where it was the last time you saw it. And then here it is. Now, This is the one I am having so much fun with. Seriously, I am enjoying this so much. The colours just pop. And like, it's not like, if I go cross country, I haven't got to go like across a massive piece. It's just like within. But then I tend to cut it off. If I've got to go from this outer rim into the inner rim, I'll cut it off and I will restart it, because I don't want the threads to show through from the back in between. Because as you can see, there's like an in-between line. And I don't want the threads to show through. So if I've got to jump from the top to the middle, I will cut it off anyway. So that's that one. I will now put a picture in of the second one where it was the last time you guys saw it. And this is where we're at now. So this one is catching up very, very quickly with the one above. And they are both in a hoop, which is really weird. So this is what I've done. Okay? It makes it so much easier. What I do, I'm catching this one up with that one because I just kind of went mad on that one last week. And I never caught up. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to catch this one up. So I'm picking all the colours I've used in this one, bringing them down and doing them on this one. And then when I've caught up, I will take a colour, run with it through the whole of the letter G, then I will drop and do the same in this one. So if I keep them both in a hoop, it's so easy to just kind of flip between the two. I haven't got to move a hoop. Nothing. Makes it a little awkward when you're trying to hold the hoop and this one's kind of dangling in the back or this one's dangling in the front. But it's working. I like it and I'm having so much fun with it. This is stitched on 18 count Aida, 2/1. And I'm loving it. And Riley keeps checking on it from time to time, as he does. So I've left them in their hoops purely because that's the one I go to quite a lot, especially if, let's say I'm cooking tea. I don't really need to stand and do anything, just kind of, I can see a hair on my face, and stand over it, whatever. So I'll grab that and I can just work on that because I'm working from the paper pattern anyway. So that's easy, not a problem. So that's my pretty much go-to project at the moment. Now the second one. This one, stay, hasn't had as much focus as it's supposed to. I am going to get it out this afternoon. It is Minnie the Amazing Animal Kingdom, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So this one I am using for Stitch Around Iceland. I really, really need to catch up on that. Really need to catch up. I'm so behind. But I haven't even marked off where I've got to in the last 8 weeks, maybe more. Might be a bit more. Anyway, here's a picture of where it was the last time you guys saw it. I've only done, I think, about 500 and something stitches on this. And this is where we're at now. It is still working on 779. It's a dark brown. So it's still kind of filling in, especially the shelves. You know, the lining of the shelf. That's mostly what it's on. I haven't even sort of come below here with it yet. So nothing, I don't think anything down here has changed. It's all, I'm still along this row. There's like another 1500 stitches in 779. And as you know, I take a colour and I cross country it all the way across. All the way until that colour runs out, until it says 0 in my pattern keeper. And then I just kind of put the colour away and work with the next one. This is on 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And this one is worked wholly in CXC threads. And it's looking good. So that's that one. Now I only have one more to show you. Of mine anyway. But this one, I think I said last week, I really need to get this one out and get it finished. It's not finished. It's nowhere near finished. But I did get it out and give it some good stitching time. I was putting a picture. It's the 2020 Mystery Cell from Linen and Threads. And I will show you a picture of where it was last time you guys saw it. Just fold it. And this is where I am at now. I think some of this was done. This was done. That was definite. And then some of this, I believe. Perhaps I'd started down here. I don't remember. But this one was correct, I think. And this one here, I messed up on. This peak right here. For some reason, instead of doing those 4 lots of squares, I did 3. So the peak was shorter than it was supposed to be. And if I'm right, it messed up here as well into this one. So I had to unpick all of it that I'd done in one day, I think. All of this. That was gut-wrenching, but I did it. And I just picked it straight back up, and I didn't even look back, because I've done this since. This, I believe those 2 and that, and obviously the rest of the star. I'm just on the 4th one, because you've got one of these coming out from here. I'll show you what it looks like as a whole. This is stitched on 20 count, 2 over 1. See, there's less of a gap up there now. I've just got, I believe there's just one more motif that comes, it's like half a motif like this one, that comes out from here. And obviously that hole is going to be filled by one of those. This is stitched with DMC variegated thread, 115 garnet. And it looks fabulous. So I didn't even count stitches on that one because it's all paper. So I don't know how many stitches I did, but you can see I've done a substantial amount. It's pretty good. So between that and my gamer cell, it hasn't been too bad of a week, I suppose. You know, and then obviously doing the beds and stuff, it kind of, that really took it out of me. So yesterday, I don't think I really did much. I think I touched a bit on the gamer cell, nothing more than that. Anyway, I had Ellie and Riley picked some cross stitches off a website because they were like 11 count and 14 count. They asked me to review their products. So they arrived and I did the video, and Riley and Ellie, Riley especially, kind of picked it up and ran with it. So I'm going to show you their progress. So we'll start with Ellie when I find her sticker. Ellie's was this one. It's Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and it looks amazing. It looks so cute. It's on the floor. Now this one. There's a lot of 3865 because she started sort of right up here. So there's a lot of 3865, Antique White I think it's called. So, oh, you can see it. There was me worrying you weren't going to be able to see it. She touched it, I think, one day. She hasn't really much felt like stitching, but she goes through phases like that. She'll pick it up. She says she's going to pick it up again this afternoon, so we shall see. Anyway, I have gridded the whole thing for her so she knows. And by the way, this is the same fabric from when I unbagged them, whatever you want to call it. I washed it. It said in the instructions 3 hours in the sink in under 30-degree water, and it said for 3 hours just to leave them there. I don't even believe it was half an hour. I left them in there about 10-15 minutes at the most, and I went back in. It was gone. The whole thing was gone. There's not even a trace of the stamped picture on there, which pleased Ellie. She likes working with it like it is. So she's done really well. Let's move hers. And then this is the biggest surprise. I apologise about the image. It isn't brilliant, but you kind of see what it is. Riley chose this one, Baby Yoda. It looks better when I do that. Anyway, he opted to start with all this 310 in the background. And there's a lot of it, especially going down into his coat. We'll see how that turns out, because I'm not liking the images there. But we'll see. Now, Riley has done so well. I said to him the other day, if you get halfway through finished with that, I'll buy you another one. And we've already found one he really, really likes on AliExpress, and it is just like all the Mario characters and Yoshi and Bowser, all of those. And it's like an, I believe it's a 50 by 70. Also on 11 count. He's loving the 11 count. Actually, well, I'm going to have to take it out of the frame, otherwise I can't show it all. Whoops. Okay. Let's just pop the hoop off. Otherwise you can't see everything he's done, and that would be a shame. Don't fall out. So, bearing in mind, this is the same fabric as well as what came in the kit. And it is all clean. Now look what Riley's done. How amazing is that? It only arrived
like
Thursday, wasn't it? Thursday or Friday,
I
something
think it was
like that.
4 days ago.
Let's make it about Thursday. And he sits there for a good hour at a time. And he'll be sat by me. I'll be doing mine. And he'll go, right, Mum, you can mark off the next row now. Like I'm not doing my own. But how amazing. And that's how big it is going to be. I gridded his as well. And it has 65 stitches. So I didn't want to do a full 10 and confuse him. So I did the 5. But yeah, that's how big it's going to be. And this is where his ear comes in. Where's... I'll put it back in the bag. Yeah. That bit there, I believe, is this bit here. He couldn't go to the top because the hoop won't allow him to work there. So I said, just work down. We'll work that out later on. Even if we have to, if I have to get him to work it in hand, you know, it might be a bit awkward, but it'll work. So yeah, he has hit this patch of black right here, which is here, and he's doing fabulous. Coverage is great. It's 3 strands on 11 count. And he's already been on it this morning. He said yesterday, you're not doing your video today. I said, no, I hurt and I'm too tired. And he said, that's all right. He said, it gives me extra time to slap in a few more stitches. So he did. So never pay attention to the instructions because they said 3 hours and it wasn't even half an hour. Literally not. It's 10-15 minutes and it was gone. The water in the sink had gone purple because I believe there's a lot of purple on Ellie's. And it gone purple. So yeah, and the fabric is still great. He's loving it. So I'll put that back in for you in a minute, right? Okay. Stitching wise, that is everything. I'm hoping I feel a bit more like it this week. I think I'm just kind of overtired. I've been staying up later unintentionally. I get lost in whatever it is I'm doing. Shame it's not stitching, but I just get lost. I'm usually on my phone, probably looking at more cross stitches, you know how you do. So, and I just don't end up turning off till like midnight, half midnight, something like that. And usually I'm in bed by 10, half 10, and I'm down and out for the night. So I think I'm just overtired and I need to do something about it. And I should be okay. All right. That is everything I've got to show you this week, mine and the kids. I aim this week to do a lot more. I keep looking at the gamer cell. I need to stop because I'm just working on the gamer cell. So I'm going to, I think, get Kelly's out for this afternoon and try and make that a focus for this week because I've got so much catching up to do on that. It's unreal. I think I needed 1,700 stitches a week. I haven't hit that in about 3 weeks now, so I have got a lot to do. So I'm going to focus on that. And anything else I pick up is a bonus. So I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Mine was exhausting. I hope you're all still well, safe. Thank you for watching. All links, as usual, are in the description box to most of my projects. I won't say all because I can't find the link to Riley's anymore. I don't think they have it, which is the Avengers, and I need to put on the links for these two. Other than that, I think they're all there. If there's any missing and you want details, drop me a comment. I will find it and I will put it in for you. Other than that, links to my Facebook, Instagram. I haven't been on them in a while, I know. I've just been super tired and exhausted, and just whatever time I've had has been on stitching. But anyway, they're there, as well as a link to my Buy Me a Coffee. Not necessary, but greatly appreciated if you do. It goes straight back into my cross stitch and I share whatever it is I buy with it. I know I haven't done before, naughty me, but I will share what I buy with it, so no worries. So take care, guys, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.